All right, today we're at Carpenter Nature Center with outreach naturalist Abbey Holden. So what is your title here?
So I'm an outreach naturalist, but I also do a lot of our animal care and then all of the habitat work here at the Wisconsin site.
Okay, awesome. And you've been here 4 years?
Yep. About.
Okay, awesome. And how many people do you have?
So we have just about 10 employees.
Okay,
yep.
for 2 campuses.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And this campus has been open since July only.
Yep, July, so it's brand new. So it's been a big progress. We were hoping to be open last fall, but then with the pandemic and building materials being less available and more expensive, it kind of delayed the process. So we were excited to be open though this spring and not any later.
Right, okay. And you've had this property for, you said 30 years.
Yep.
That you've just been kind of waiting and knew you were going to eventually be opening a center here?
Mm-hmm. So there's kind of 2 different things that happen here because we're so close to the St. Croix. There's certain building restrictions when you get so many feet from the water, since it is a national park and National Scenic Riverway. So this parcel of land was designated quite a few years ago for the intention of putting a building here. So it's kind of exempt from some of those restrictions.
Okay.
But then we also have some of the land was donated and purchased by neighbors that then donated here quite a few years ago.
Oh.
But then we also have land under the Knowles-Nelson stewardship through like the UW system and the Wisconsin system.
Oh,
so we kind of have a couple different things going on here.
Okay.
Sure.
Awesome. All right. So let's talk about the obvious.
Yeah.
You're holding a snake. So tell us about the snake.
So this is a yellow rat snake. These are not native here to Minnesota and Wisconsin, but we do have their cousin, the black rat snake here. This particular snake used to be a science room classroom pet, and the person knew of Carpenter and thought he might be a good animal ambassador. So he is really nice and handleable, and because we work so much with kids, we seek animals that are comfortable being handled.
Right. For some people.
For some,
not everyone.
Yeah. So he hangs out with us. He's actually 29 years old, so he's getting up there for sure. Our oldest animal ambassador is a turtle that's in his late 40s, so reptiles can live quite a long time, which is one reason it makes him good.
So how long might he live then?
He can live probably into his late 30s or so, I would guess.
Okay, wow. Yeah. And tell us what he eats, because I know everyone's curious about that.
I was telling Jill he's eating today, later this afternoon. He eats mice and sometimes chicks as well, and rats.
That's so fun. And you also do educational, or you will be at the Hudson campus eventually once you're up and running. You'll be doing some educational stuff here.
So we have offered public programs here, like throughout the time that I've been here. So we've done snowshoe hikes here or guided hikes before. I've done seed collection events here. We actually just yesterday did a program with Hudson Community Ed on monarch tagging here.
Oh.
So we do programs, but they're not as frequent as our Minnesota campus, just because that one's so much more established.
Right.
And we want to make sure that we're running a nice facility for you first before we commit to too many programs. But we're going to get them there. We did do one summer camp here this summer, and hopefully we're going to start offering story times and things like that for the community.
Well, and then we also noticed as we were arriving that people were out on walking around. So you said you have 325 acres here with 10 miles of walking trails. That's amazing. What a great opportunity for someone to come out and enjoy the outdoors. And nice.
And this site is awesome if you're into prairies like I am. We have quite a few acreage of prairies, both remnant and restored prairies that were once farm fields. And then the new building here when you come out is meant to feel a little bit like the Northwoods. It's tucked back in this pine forest back here that we're currently working on restoring some of it. So you get a couple of different feels, especially compared to our Minnesota campus. Feels a bit different. So if you do want to visit, both of our sites are completely free, and one of the perks of being a private nonprofit. So we're all donation based, but what that means for you is there's no parking pass, no entry sticker, no anything like that. So you can come hike the trails, visit the animals, check out all of our exhibits completely free of charge, which is really cool. So not only are we super dependent on our volunteers, but also donations as well.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. So do they need, if someone's coming out, do they just show up or do they need an appointment, or how does that work?
No, you can just show up. We encourage you to definitely check in. Both visitor centers are open 8 to 4:30 every day of the year, except for a couple holidays in there. But every day of the week, you can come, and you don't even need to check in or anything. If you know exactly where you want to go, you could just head right out on the trail.
Nice. Awesome.